children, good morning. Welcome back to the YouTube live class of Standard 10 English Unit 2 Poem The Grumble Family. So far we have finished Unit 1. In Unit 1 we have completed the prose. What is the prose lesson is first flight and poem, life, and supplementary part, the tempest. And second unit we have finished the prose part, the night the ghost got in. Now we are going to enter into the poem, the Grumble family. What is mean by the grumble? So family, you know, what is mean by grumble? So always moaning, always polambide groaning. So so that is the Grumble family. And this poem was written by Lucy Montgomery. Lucy Montgomery. Okay, she is the author of this poem. And now this poem, it picks a family. So here a family lives. So who always grumble? Edukkaga grumble pandranga? For this, for that, for the rise of sun, for the set of sun. Sunset aanalum seri, sunrise aanalum seri, endha oru vishayam. So for a simple thing they used to grumble. And this is a very simple and beautiful poem. It gives a message that people should not be like this. Adhavadhu indha madri persons vandu irukka koodadhu அப்படின்றது தான் மென்ஷன் பண்றாங்க. Okay, it picks a family whom everybody regret to meet. Yes, I already told you, no, everybody, those who are with them, they also changed like them. So யாராவது இவங்க கூட இருக்காங்க பழகுறாங்க அப்படினா அவங்க என்ன ஆவாங்கன்னா அதுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி மாறி இருப்பாங்கன்னு சொல்றாங்க. So they always all are regret to meet them. The poet's resolution is to never meet people who grumble. Instead, he wants to live in peace. So here, the poet, what the poet resembles here is that the poet wants to live in peace. Instead of those who are grumbling like this, in my grumble family, the poet doesn't want to live with this grumble family. Now, we'll enter into the poem. So I'll tell you about the author, Lucy Montgomery. So she was a Canadian author and she is best known for a series of novels beginning in 1908 with Annie of Green Gables. Montgomery went on to publish 20 novels as well as 530 short stories, and she has written 500 poems, 30 essays. She is a prolific writer. Montgomery published over 100 stories between 1897 and 1907. Montgomery's work, diaries and letters have been read and studied by scholars and readers worldwide. Now I'll tell you. So she is a Canadian author. She is a Canadian author. She has written many novels. And she has written 530 short stories. 500 poems. 30 essays. She is a prolific writer. She published over 100 stories between the year of 1897 and 19. Between these years, she has published nearly 100 stories. Okay, so this is about the author, Lucy Montgomery. She is a Canadian author. She has written many novels. She has written 530 short stories, 500 poems, 30 essays. She is a prolific writer. She has written in between years, that is from 1897 to 1907. She has written nearly 100 stories. And this poem is about a family that complains and grumbles about everything and anything. So this family, they complain about anything and everything. So the poet says that no one should mingle with that family. So the theme of the poem is the idea of discontent humans. So they will all of them, அதாவது மத்தவங்க யாருமே இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபேமிலி கூட ஜாயின் ஆக mingle ஆக மீட் பண்ண பேச விரும்பவே மாட்டாங்க, and they will complain about anything and everything. And what is the meaning of discontent? Means dissatisfaction. They will not get satisfied with anything. Dissatisfaction. So they will not satisfied of anything. Even for a little thing, they will groan. So எதுக்கு எடுத்தாலும் வந்து புலம்பிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. This Grumble family always complains about silly matters. So already I told you, they always complain about silly matters. For silly things they used to complain. They lived in the street of complaining, in the city of never or satisfied. So where they lived? In the city of never are satisfied. They lived in the city of never are satisfied. Beside the river of discontent. So beside the river of discontent. So they are dissatisfied person and they are personifying this. The river வந்து personifying to human beings. Okay. They always find it wrong in everything and everywhere. So they always find wrong in everything and everywhere. They are always known by the name of Grumble. So that we are saying this family as a Grumble family. The worst things that can happen if anyone stays with them is that they too will start complaining and become one of them. So what is the worst thing? The worst thing is that if anybody joins with this family, what happened? They too will change like this Grumble family. So if any families or anyone யாராவது இவங்க கூட ஜாயின் பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னா என்ன ஆகும்? The family totally changed like this Grumble family. So what is that is they too will start complaining, start grumbling, start groaning, everything. The Grumble family growl at anything and everything so much that they sometimes growl that they have nothing to grumble about. So what they do is at last finally after they are grumbling, so அவங்களோட புலம்பல் எல்லாம் முடிச்சிட்டு what they will do is அவங்களுக்கு எதுவும் புலம்பறதுக்கு இல்லைன்னா அதை நினைச்சு அவங்க என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாங்க? Grumble பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. See how funny they are. So they don't have anything to grumble. So what they are doing? They are grumbling again. எதுவுமே இல்லையே grumble பண்றதுக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதையும் சொல்லி grumble பண்ணுவாங்க. This poem by Lucy Montgomery depicts a family whom everybody despises to meet. So, do you want to meet like this Grumble family? இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு Grumble family கூட நாம join பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? We'll change like them, or what we have to do? We have to change them. So, இந்த மாதிரி change பண்ண முடியாத personsலாம் இருந்தா என்ன பண்ணணும்? We should not mingle with them. அவங்க வந்து தனியா அவங்க கிட்ட இருந்து தனியா வந்துடணும். So here what the poet is saying is you should not meet such people who are grumbling for silly things. Instead, he wants to live in peace. What the poet wants to do is them, they always behave like a thunder. Everyone complains of everything. So whether the sun rising, I already told you, whether the sunrise, whether the sunset, whether the rain comes, so whether the rain stops or whether someone is walking, someone is doing something, so for this, for that, for everything, they are started groaning, they are started grumbling. The Grumble family is the poem written by the poet. The poem is written in a very humorous way. So this poem is written, even if there is a message, a beautiful message is there, but this poem is written in a humorous way. அது வந்து நகைச்சுவையா காட்டியிருக்காங்க. Okay. The poem is about a family with whom nobody wants to meet and complains them. Whatever may happen among them, they always behave like a thunder. Everyone complains of everything, whether the sun rising about the rain or summer or winter. For everything they used to grumble. Okay, for small things. If someone walks there, if someone is doing some work there, so they used to grumble by looking at that person. Okay. They always grumble for the sun set, sunrise, snow, etc. If everything seems perfect, so I already told you, if everything seems perfect, and they used to grumble for nothing, that is to grumble. அதாவது எதுமே grumble பண்றதுக்கு இல்லன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதையும் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, grumble பண்ணுவாங்க. Whoever goes and stays with them for a few days, they also behave like the family of a grumble. So what the poet says here is, whoever meets and stays with this family, இந்த family கூட போயிட்டு யாரெல்லாம் ஸ்டே பண்றாங்களோ இல்ல பேசுறாங்க இல்ல மீட் பண்றாங்கன்னா, what they do, what will happen there, they also change like them. Others might mistake that new people also belong to the Grumble family, better to stay away from them. The poem talks about not being pessimistic in any situation. Nothing is perfect in this world. Everyone has positives and negatives. One should be optimistic and accept things however it comes. It is easy to complain than to understand and react. Aதாவது what the poet at last giving a message is, so instead of complaining and groaning, what we have to do in all the person, in each and every one, there is a positive and a negative. What we have to do, we have to take only the positive things from them and we have to leave the negative things. So we should not groan and grumble for anything and everything. So if we do like this, how our life will be full of negative things. So the நம்மளோட life வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, it will be filled with full of negative things. So what the poet says here is, so we have to avoid for a person கிட்ட இருந்து, we have to see only the positive things. We have to neglect the negative things. We have to remove all the negative things. We have in ourselves also, what we have to do, நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்க negative things வந்து ஓரமா வச்சிடணும். Only we have to be positive energy ஓட நம்ம லைஃப ரன் பண்ணணும். And whoever இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு Grumble family இருக்காங்க அப்படின்னா, what we have to do, we have to avoid them and we have to move on our way. Now, a family in isolation, there is a family that no one ever wants to meet. They live on complaint street called, where they are living? They are living in a complaint street called never are satisfied. And river discontent runs beside the complaint street. Okay. So I told you what is the positive thing. The worst thing is someone stays with them, they also will change. And what we have to do, what they are doing, if nothing is there to grumble, what they are doing, they are starting to grumble. அதாவது எதுமே இல்ல grumble பண்றதுக்கு, அதையும் வந்து grumble பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. Now we will enter into the poem. There's a family nobody likes to meet. So the poem starts like this. The first line of the poem எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, there is a family that nobody wants to meet. Why nobody wants to meet? What happened to this family? எதுக்காக சொல்றாங்க? this ஒரு ஃபேமிலினும் போது நம்ம எல்லாரும் மீட் பண்ணனும்னு தான் ஆசைப்படுவோம். ஏன் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு லைன் சொல்றாங்க? there is a family that nobody wants to meet. எதுக்காக யாருமே மீட் பண்ண கூடாதுன்னு சொல்றாங்க? they live, it is said, on complaining street. Where they are living? They are living on a complaining street. The street itself a complaining street. In the city of never are satisfied. In the city, so they are living in the city, never are satisfied. The river of discontent beside. So dissatisfied people. So the city are never are satisfied. The river of discontent is a personification classification because we are comparing the human characteristics to the animals or non-living things. They growl at that, they growl at this. So for everything, each and everything, what they are doing, they are growling at this and they are growling at that. Whatever comes, there is something amiss. Amiss means what? Amiss means not quite right. So they are not right in anything and everything. Whatever comes, but they are not right. And whether their station be high or humble, whether they are high, whether they are humble, in the people or high people or humble people what they are doing, they are grumbling. They are all known by the name of Grumble. So, in the family, family Grumble family. What they are calling them? They are calling them as a Grumble family. The weather is always too hot or cold. Summer and winter alike they scold. Nothing goes wrong with the folks you meet down on the gloomy complaining street. So maybe the weather is too hot or too cold. The summer and winter comes. Nothing goes right with the folks you meet. So if you meet the people, nothing will go right. So because they are grumbling for each and everything. Or silly thing, grumble pandra family can be able to live. No, we can't live with them. They growl at the rain and they growl at the sun. So they are growling for each and everything. They are growling for this, they are growling for that, and they are growling for the sun, and they are growling for the rain also. So with this kind of people, with the not satisfied with anything, so the family itself, the family and the street they are the city they are the country they are they can't live. People because full of negative thoughts in their mind. Our mind full of negative thoughts. So people doesn't want to meet them. People doesn't want to live with them. They don't want to talk with them. So in fact, their growl is never done. So growling okay? And if everything pleased them, there isn't a doubt they growl that they would nothing to grumble about. So what does this line means? I told you before itself. If nothing is there, everything is going perfect, everything is going in a smooth way, they don't have anything to grumble, then what they are doing? They are grumbling for that. Nothing is there to grumble. So they are started to grumble for that. But the poorest thing is that no one, not one of the same, can be brought to acknowledge his family name. For never a grumble will own that he is connected with it all, you see. What is the strange thing is that one of the same, so can be brought of acknowledge his family name. Yaravada family name, nobody will grumble like this. Grumble panna mudiyadhu appdinu solranga. And don't ever and never compare these kind of grumble family nama kuda vandu compare panni paakakudadhu solranga. And this is all about the poem. And one more thing is there. The worst thing is that if anyone stays among them too long, he will learn their ways, and before he dreams of the terrible jumble, he is adopted into the family of Grumble. So what is the worst thing is there here is when someone stays with them for a long time. So yaravadhu inga kuda konja naal long time stay pannanga appadina, they too will learn to mourn. So they also will change like this kind of family. Before he can dream of the terrible unwanted items, he will be adopted to the family of Grumble. So in the family kuda join agumbodhu enna agudhu, the people like they are changing like this kind of people. In the Grumble family kuda change aagi avanga enna panna arambikranga, mourn panna arambikranga, avanga groaning grumble panna arambikranga. And so it is where wisest to keep our feet from wandering into complaining street, and never to growl whatever we do, lest we be mistaken for grumblers too. So what we have to do is, it is wise to stay away from these kind of families and from these kind of persons. So Can you able to understand, children, what is the poet saying here is always the person should be in a positive way, positive approach. You should not think about anything that is any wrong thing in your mind. Always you have to set your mind very freely. You have to move on, take everything, whatever the people does for you, and don't grumble or don't moan or don't think about that. And you have to move in your own way. You have so many works to do. You are having so many achievements, you are having so many things to do, you have a lot of work to do, you have to pass on in your life, you have to move on to your life. So what you have to do is keep on all your negative things, that is உன்னோட negative things எல்லாத்தையும் ஓரமா வச்சிட்டு you have to just move on to your positive way of life. Just think good, just think, don't neglect all the bad things, take all the good things from others, don't that is in each and everyone's life, maybe good characters or bad characters or positive or negative or some, all are not good here and all are not bad here. So everyone is having some good qualities, some bad qualities. What we have to do is just take the good qualities from them and leave the bad qualities. Okay, so this is all about the poet saying. So just don't grumble for everything and anything. And this kind of people, if you see in your life, if you meet in your life, what you have to do is just neglect them, just avoid them and move on to your life. So what it is wise? So what the poet is saying is it is wisest to keep our feet from wandering into the complaint street. So here the poet is just imagination. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு people கிட்ட வந்து நம்ம இந்த feet வைக்க கூடாது, நம்ம கிட்டே போக கூடாதுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. Let us learn to walk with a smile and a song, no matter if things do sometimes go wrong, and then be our station high or humble, will never belong to the family of Grumble. So therefore, we have to walk. Let us learn to walk with a smile on our lips and a song in our mouth, even when things go against our desires. So நம்ம நினைச்சது நடக்கல, what we have thought, இதுதான் நம்ம நினைச்சோம். So in case if in this standard I want to get the highest mark, but if it doesn't happen, what we have to do? We have to just move it. So next time you have to work more hard. So anything and everything, எது வேணாலும் நடக்கட்டும், the bad things happen in your life, just leave it. What we have to do? We have to sing. Just நம்மளோட லிப்ஸ்ல அந்த ஸ்மைல் இருக்கணும், நம்மளோட மவுத்ல அந்த சாங்கோட move on with happy mood. So okay, next time we'll see. Next time we have to work more hard அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்மளோட position, அதாவது if maybe in a high or humble, we will never belong to that. At last what we have to do is we should never belong to this family of Grumble. So the conclusion of this poem is, rich or poor, one finds happiness in leading a peaceful life. No one likes to be tormented by quarrels and grumbling. So the poet's advice is not to have the habit of grumbling. So already we have seen so many messages in this poem. So rich or poor, what we have to do? நம்மகிட்ட என்ன இருக்கோ அதை வச்சுட்டு தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும், ஹாப்பியா இருக்கணும். Maybe you are rich or maybe you are poor, whatever. உங்ககிட்ட நம்ம என்ன இருக்கோ அதை வச்சுட்டு நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுங்க, ஹாப்பியா மூவ் பண்ணுங்க, லைஃபை லீட் பண்ணுங்க. That is the last message of the poet. Okay. Now we'll see the figures of speech in this poem. So if you take the first stanza, so rhyming word, rhyming scheme already you know, we have seen in so many poems. So in the first stanza, how you have to see the rhyming words? And first stanza, the first line, last word. Second line, last word. Third line, last word. Fourth line, last word. So first line, last word is neat. Second line, last word is treat. then satisfied, desired. So here the rhyme scheme. So these are the rhyming words: neat and sweet, satisfied and desired. So the rhyme scheme is A. So these are rhyming words: satisfied and desired. B. Already you know how to write the rhyme scheme. So I am not explaining much about this rhyme scheme. So we'll skip on to the next stanza. This hummus. Then humble, grumble. So these both are rhyme scheme. This and hummus. Humble, grumble. The next third stanza, cold, scold. Then neat, street. Cold and scold are rhyming words. A. Neat and street are rhyming words. B. Next one, sun, done. Doubt, about. So sun and done are rhyme scheme, rhyming words. Doubt and about are rhyming words. Here, next one, say, name. Then he, see. Same and name are rhyming words. So I am writing rhyme scheme A and name. He and C are rhyming words. B and B. Next thing is space, waste, jumble, grumble. Stays and ways are rhyming words. Jumble and grumble are rhyming words. Next one, feet, street. Do, to. A, B, B. Next one, song, wrong. Humble, grumble. So now if you see all the stanzas in the poem, the same rhyme scheme you are following. A, B, B for all the stanzas. So if you see the rhyming words, if they ask you to write the rhyming words, you should write neat, hyphen put a street, satisfied, hyphen put a desire. Okay, so you have to write like this. So this is the rhyming words and rhyme scheme of this poem. Now next figures of speeches. First figures of speech, anaphora. In this poem you are having more figures of speech. First one is anaphora. So what is the meaning of anaphora means? Where several phrases begins with the same word. So if you see the poem, several phrases begins with the same word. So here they growl at that and they growl at this. They growl at the rain, they growl at the sun. So they growl at that, they growl at this. They growl at the rain. They growl at the So here the phrases are repeating. They growl, they growl. So they growl. It is repeating in this line. For the same line here, repeat the phrases appadina. That is called as anaphora. Repetition of phrases. Repetition of phrases is called as anaphora. So this is the first figures of speech. Next one, epithet. So what is the meaning of epithet? Epithet is an adjective expressing the qualities of a person or a thing. So you are expressing the quality of a person or person or quality explain pannu. Here in this line, they live in a complaining street. So we are expressing, that is not on the street or a name or complaining street or அந்த மாதிரி கிடையாது. We are expressing, அதாவது அந்த person ஓட quality வந்து complain பண்ற மாதிரி, they are grumbling for everything. So நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், அந்த person ஓட quality அந்த complaining street வைக்கிறோம். So epithet means expressing the qualities of a person. Clear? Next one is alliteration. So alliteration in this poem, you are having I and uncle, then growl and grumble, then long and learn, then smile and song. So these are the alliterated words. So many explanation we have seen now. In this alliteration enna nama nariya paathukom. So if this is the alliteration in this. Next one is personification. So what is the meaning of personification? Giving human characteristics to animals or non-living things. So we are giving human characteristics to animals or non-living things. Here, what is the personification here means? The river of discontent beside. So where they are living, the river of beside the river of discontent. Discontent means not satisfied for everything, anything. எதுக்குமே satisfied ஆகாத people. So the river of the non-living thing நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், human characteristics கொடுக்கிறோம். So that is called as personification. And next one, last figures of speech is oxymoron. Contradictory terms, that is opposite words. Contradictory terms. Oxymoron means contradictory terms. So what is oxymoron in this poem? winter or summer. So these are the contradictory terms in this lesson. So now you all know what is figures of speech. What are the figures of speech in this poem? So first we saw rhyming words, rhyme scheme. Next one we saw anaphora. So anaphora means what? Several phrases begin with the same word. So nariya phrases they growl like this, they growl like that. So they growl. So phrases begin with the same. Then they growl at the sun, they growl at the rain. So the phrase starts with the same. Adhaadu again and again repeat agudhu appadina, that is called as anaphora. And an epithet means it's an adjective and it expresses the quality of a person or a thing. So complaining sweet is an epithet. Then alliteration. Alliteration means starting with the same letter. The words starts with the same letter. High and humble, growl and grumble, long and yawn, smile and song. Then personification means giving human characteristics to animals or non-living things. Here the line, the river of discontent beside is a personification. And the last figure of speech is oxymoron. Oxymoron means opposite words, that is contradictory terms. High or humble, hot or cold, summer or winter. So then these are the figures of speech in this poem. So what is the it's simple, it gives a simple message and it is a beautiful poem. So you have to you should not grumble for everything. You have to accept whatever comes in your life. You have to accept, maybe it is wrong, good or bad, just keep on moving with that. So on the negative way nanichittu nama enna panna grumble panakudadu. We should not think of that. And if you are meeting one opposite person, உங்களுக்கு எதிர்க்க யாராவது இருக்காங்க அப்படினா all plus and minus எல்லா person கிட்டயும் we can't see only good, and all the persons are not, we can't say that the whole thing is bad. So a person having good and bad. So what you have to do, we have to accept both and we have to just move on, and we should not grumble and we should not think on that. Okay, that is the poet message. This poem is a beautiful poem and gives a lot of message how we have to pass on our life, how we have to lead a peaceful life. நம்மளோட லைஃப் எவ்வளவு பீஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கணும் அப்படின்றது தான் இந்த இதுல poet சொல்றாரு. So அந்த மாதிரி in case if you are meeting a grumble one, உங்களுக்கு அந்த person திருந்தவே முடியாது தெரிஞ்சா, what we have to do, just keep that person aside. அந்த person நம்ம லைஃப்ல accept பண்ணக்கூடாது, because we will change by looking at them. So நம்ம அங்க போனா கூட நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், grumble பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிடுவோம். So just stop with நம்ம அவங்க கூட பழகுறத ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிட்டு we have to just move on in our life. Okay, so this is the very simple poem, very beautiful poem, and it is not a memory poem for you, but very important poem. So lot of things is there to ask. They'll ask you so many figures of speech in this poem. So many figures of speeches are there: anaphora, epithet, oxymoron, personification, and then alliteration. Okay, so read this poem. That is don't memorize this poem, just read all the figures of speech. What are the things, enna glossary part irukku, enna paragraph question irukku, so idella therinjukkonga. Very simple and very beautiful poem. Okay children,